On this edition of Lexington Now, Davis Park opens, Bike Month, and steps to prevent gun violence. I'm Neil Noah. Welcome to Lexington Now for the week of May 13th, 2024. The ribbon was cut on the new Davis Playground and Park this past week, adding to the amenities the rapidly revitalizing neighborhood is receiving.
Davis Park is one of several projects happening in this neighborhood. Affordable housing, workforce development center, a new community center, new roads, new sewers, new playground. We've got it all going on here. However, no neighborhood is complete without a beautiful park. And it's my pleasure to thank Secretary Gray and the Kentucky Transportation Cabinet for working with us to make this possible. We surveyed neighbors and people around Lexington to identify what needed to be part of this park. In addition to this shelter, we have the new playground, a multi-use trail, basketball, and green space. It's a wonderful addition to our town.
For Davis Park residents, and indeed the entire Commonwealth, it's a monumental day when we can celebrate a promise made and a promise kept. This park we stand in now has a long and important history. It replaces, of course, an old park used by the residents here years ago. Many years ago, hosted many events, most especially baseball tournaments. It's a park we knew would need help. In fact, a park that the state had an obligation to help when we began the important Newtown Pike and Oliver Lewis Way connection upgrades. So when the highway project opened in 2017, this new Davis Park became a key component of the Cabinet's commitment to the area. I couldn't be more proud to stand here and share this day with you all and to share in the excitement these opportunities create.
This park was one of the first parks we were able to attend, was the centerpiece of our neighborhood as a place to gather, enjoy and participate in community baseball and other activities. With the help of lots of dedicated public officials and the environment of the surrounding neighborhoods, we now have this beautiful facility back for all of us to enjoy. God bless you all, and we just thank you all for coming out this morning. Thank you and enjoy yourself.
I have had the pleasure of serving this area for 2 years of the past 5.5 years that I have been on council. And it has been a privilege to be able to also serve on the board of the Lexington Community Land Trust and be a small part of the big changes that you're seeing take place today. I want to thank the entire Land Trust, Parks and Recreation, and the Kentucky Transportation Cabinet for all of their hard work to make this wonderful park a reality. It has been in the works for a long time, and we're so thrilled to see it come to fruition. This park is located within the LCT where the land is used for a specific purpose. It's located at the junction of several important corridors, Versailles Road, Oliver Lewis, as well as Harrodsburg Road. These main roads carry thousands of people every day, many of whom will pass by this park, and some of whom may stop to use its installations. New parks are welcomed with open arms, and I see them as gifts to our residents, because we are providing them with a free outdoor space for all members of the family. Some might not have their own yard or recreational space at home, and parks are a supplement to their living space. In addition, park ribbon cuttings are one of the most exciting things that we as council members get to be a part of, because parks are meaningful to such a large portion of the community.
We're fortunate to have our leadership that values and invests not only in our public space, but in our neighborhood space. Our neighborhoods are the heartbeat of the city, and our continued enhancement to our parks improve the quality of life for our residents, strengthens our city's neighborhoods, preserve and enhance our environments for generations to come. Bringing Davis Park back was one of the first projects I learned about 9 years ago. Today, we fulfill a commitment to the neighborhood, but we also improve a corridor and provide improved amenities for our users. This park features a unique, fun playground lots of kids are enjoying, where kids may learn how to maneuver a swing or a slide for the first time. They can shoot baskets on the basketball court, a multi-use trail perfect for a child learning to ride a bike or for an evening stroll, an open green space that can be used for pickup games and picnics.
2, 1, cut!
May is Bike Month. Julia Moggins tells us about all the two-wheeled fun to be had throughout the next few weeks.
Bike Month used to be Bike Week, now it's Bike Month, and that's just because A, it had so much popularity, and B, it feels as though Bike Month should really exist as, why not give it its own month? Because cycling as a form of transportation, as a form of sustainability is so important and integral into how we get around and exist in cities. And it's something that we enjoy focusing on and feels really important. The way that Bike Month works is that we have extended an invitation for everyone to come and submit their own events to Bike Month on our website, and it's essentially just a list of all of the different Bike Month events that are taking part around town, and it's a collaboration really between the city, between different organizations. We've partnered with, this year, the library, the community centers, to create as diverse a range of bicycle-related events and opportunities and classes for people to come out and learn how to take care of your bike, how to make sure that you're riding safely, how to figure out how to get around town better, anything that you can think of that pertains to safely and happily riding a bicycle in Lexington, Kentucky. That's what this month is focused on. One of the events that I'm most excited about is on May 19th. It's a lemonade ride, and essentially what that means is that families, anybody who wants to come out, who wants to have a good time, can come, drink some lemonade in front of the Coldstream Dog Park, look at some beautiful little puppies, hang out, have a good time, and then go on a bike ride along the Legacy Trail, which is really beautiful and should be gorgeous at the end of the month. We've also partnered with the library to do a basic bike maintenance class, and that'll take place on June 1st. And so we'll be doing a bicycle maintenance and bicycle safety presentation. And then afterwards, we're gonna take all the kids outside to do a bike rodeo and give them a free run of the parking lot behind the Phoenix building, which has been granted to us for that time, to ride around and get all their energy out. So our next big event similar to this will be Glow Ride, and that'll be the first weekend, the first Saturday in November. And that'll be a nighttime ride with lots of glow sticks and beautiful things provided. That's usually a pretty big event, and I'm looking forward to that. During the summer, we'll of course be doing more programming with the youth. We've got a program set up at William Wells Brown where we'll be doing our second annual bike club. Very excited about that. And then of course, once school starts up again, we'll continue our bicycle safety curriculum working with the gym classes of FCPS. So we've got a lot on the table that's worth being excited about. Please come out and enjoy Bike Month. If you want to look at our list of events, you can go to lexingtonky.gov/Bike Month. Choose something, get involved, learn how to better take care of yourself, learn how to get around the city. Have a good time.
We'll tell you about more steps taken toward ending gun violence after this.
Hello everyone, I'm Tiffany Brown, Equity and Implementation Officer in the Mayor's Office and Chair of the A Sense of Place Committee. I'm here today to talk about A Sense of Place, an initiative dedicated to preserving the history of Lexington's rural Black hamlets and celebrating those that remain active today. More than 20 historic Black hamlets have been identified in Fayette County. Most are located in rural areas. Our historic hamlets have been and are home to generations of lived experiences, traditions, and culture. Houses, churches, schools, grocery stores, agricultural enterprises, and lodge halls for community gatherings were found in many hamlets. A Sense of Place is a partnership between community members with direct connection to our hamlets and the city of Lexington. Its goal is to raise awareness about what the hamlets represent and to identify steps that are needed to take to preserve their history. The A Sense of Place committee includes local historian Yvonne Giles, local historian Calvin Graves, executive director of the Lexington History Museum Mandy Higgins, Haydentown resident Dr. Alvin Seals, Haydentown Baptist Church pastor Reverend Leon Slatter, and others. With support from members of the Haydentown community, A Sense of Place is currently raising funds for maintenance updates and programming of the Haydentown Rosenwald School and property located at 705 Hayden Lane. In the early 2000s, members of the Haydentown community worked with the city to preserve the school. In the early 20th century, Rosenwald schools were found across the South, serving rural Black children and families during segregation. Many of the buildings have been destroyed. Lexington is proud that the Haydentown School still stands and wants to preserve the history and significance that so many of these schools have had in our hamlet communities. The funds will complete the restoration of the school and upgrade the historic cemetery and church building. The school will permanently house artifacts that tell the story of Lexington's hamlet. We hope you will join us.
Welcome back to Lexington Now. Senator Rand Paul joined Mayor Gorton and other officials in talks on ways to help further reduce gun violence. They shared some of their discussions in a press event this past week.
Good morning, everyone. We are here today to welcome Senator Rand Paul. We've had a wonderful discussion for about the last hour on some of the ways that Lexington and others are dealing with crime, and to help him know some of the things that are going on here that are very positive, that have started to help us lower our crime. So I'd like to go ahead and introduce Senator Rand Paul. Welcome.
Thank you. Thank you, Mayor. We've been holding meetings like this around Kentucky. We've had similar meetings over in Louisville with the Louisville mayor, chief of police. We've done the same this morning. I was excited to learn that Lexington's homicide rate has gone down dramatically this year, to learn about some of the programs the mayor has instituted, the council has instituted, the chief of police, and the things that are working. I think sometimes when we think about gun violence, we get polarized. Republicans are here, Democrats are here, and nothing's happening because we disagree. And there is some truth to that. There are definitely disagreements on how we move forward, but I think there are also some things that we could do that we could all agree on. And one of the things I've presented today for consideration is that about 100,000 people try to buy guns each year who are felons. These are people who have already committed a crime, and it's against the law for them to buy guns because they're already felons. Of the 100,000 people who try to buy guns who are felons, I think we prosecuted 12 out of 100,000. So I think there is the possibility that we could do better. We can't hardly do much worse. And one way of doing that, you have to always try to find resources. This is a federal issue, but it intersects with the local, would be to try to find money. We have a $1.2 billion fund for Afghanistan reconstruction. I don't know about everybody else, but I'm kind of tired of sending our money overseas, and I think we could spend some of that money here, hire some more U.S. attorneys, and actually prosecute some of the felons who are trying to buy guns and maybe prevent some crime from happening. But I think it's not just about punishment. We also talked about community organizers. We had a couple community organizers with us this morning telling us about trying to reach these kids as they're having disputes in schools and trying to figure out ways to stop the disputes from elevating, trying to get to some of those who have not yet become hardened into criminal ways and try to give them another alternative. But I thought the conversation was useful. Most of the people in the room, it's you know, they see it up, they walk these streets, they see it up close, you know. But there is an intersection between state, local, and federal. And I think that too often we're seen as sort of everybody butting heads. I got to have this, you got to have that, and that there is no in between. And I think with this that involves all of us, there is some cooperation that we can find. And I appreciate the mayor taking time and chief of police and those who came together today.
We continue our look at Mayor Gorton's proposed budget for the coming fiscal year. This week we bring you part 4.
Keeping people safe is a priority for all of our residents as well as me. Public safety services always command the largest share of our general fund budget. This year, it's 56%. My proposal includes initial funding for a public safety training facility. As you know, excellent training sets our public safety divisions apart. We need first-class facilities to accommodate some of the most extensive and toughest training in the country. In police, 4 new positions are funded. Safety officers who respond to traffic collisions, traffic hazards, parking complaints, conduct traffic control, and assist with traffic-related functions at special events. This represents an annual investment of $263,000. In addition, $3.5 million is set aside for new vehicles for patrol, part of our annual commitment to provide excellent equipment for our officers. Through this budget proposal, I'm also building on our investments in technology to support our police. The Real-Time Intelligence Center, first established in 2022, relies on Flock and Fusus technology to provide up-to-date, real-time intelligence, allowing our police to respond to calls quickly and with more precision. It acts as a police force multiplier, saving our officers time and helping them build stronger cases. It has helped police find 269 stolen vehicles with a total value that tops $3.7 million. The time it takes police to recover a stolen vehicle has been cut in half to 5.6 days. It has also helped police locate 22 missing persons, led to criminal charges for 451 persons, taken 68 illegal guns off the streets, and aided 84 criminal investigations. Continuing and increasing our investment in this technology will build on our initiatives to serve the residents of our city by improving their safety. 25 more Flock license plate readers will be included for a total of 125 citywide. Now, there have been great advances in DNA testing technology. We are investing $150,000 in private lab DNA testing to accelerate violent crime investigations and identify perpetrators quickly. This will serve crime victims and their families by delivering justice at a much faster pace. Dedicated funding for private DNA testing will decrease the time it takes to process DNA evidence results from years to weeks. We continue our efforts to recruit new officers, and this budget funds 3 recruit classes and provides $80,000 to support recruitment advertising campaigns. In fire, we are serving our people by funding $5.1 million on replacement vehicles, including 3 engines and 3 emergency medical vehicles. Those are our ambulances. Fire emergency equipment is essential, it's extremely expensive, and it's hard to get. We make regular investments to keep our fleet in top condition overall. We will also fund $100,000 in a health and wellness contract for fire personnel and increasing our funding for smoke alarm installations by 10%. This year, our firefighters will install 7,000 smoke alarms in residences across our city, a direct service to residents. Anyone can request a smoke alarm. In this plan, the salaries of 21 additional firefighters hired and funded in 2022 through a federal grant will transition to our city's general fund budget at a cost of $1.5 million, included in this proposal to cover a partial year. $2.2 million will be in next year's budget to cover the entire 21 firefighters. 3 additional safety-related programs are part of this budget. First, our One Lexington Youth Violence Prevention Program also plays an important role in serving people by improving safety. One Lexington has helped reduce homicides and shootings in our city. In 2022, Lexington had 44 homicides, compared to 24 in 2023. And in 2023, for the first time in 5 years, Lexington had fewer than 100 shootings. I'm increasing funding of One Lexington's trauma-informed care services to $50,000. This provides group counseling for young people who've been directly affected by violence. And it helps parents address individual counseling needs for their children. I'm also increasing the One Lexington's crisis response budget, which includes survivor support, including relocation and assistance for rent and utilities. Second, I'm increasing funds by $100,000 for mental health court, a program that helps people get the mental health treatment they need rather than circling in and out of the criminal justice system. And there's a third program to improve safety. It's called It's Time. In 2022, we saw a significant increase in homicides related to domestic violence. We started a domestic violence prevention public awareness campaign called It's Time. The next step is to involve our faith and immigrant communities in domestic violence prevention and to examine the impact of domestic violence on children. Funding is at $100,000.
This week, there are a lot more live meetings to tell you about here on Lex TV and streaming on our website. And remember, you can find all the most accurate and up-to-date information on all city business at lexingtonky.gov. Here's this week's meeting coverage. That's all for now, and as always, you can keep up with us on social media. Check out the latest traffic updates on X at LexRex or catch our live traffic cams on lexingtonky.gov. For all of us at Lex TV, I'm Neil Noah, and that's it for now.